The story begins with a man named Cooper taking his daughter Riley to a massive pop concert. The performer was the global sensation, Lady Raven, and Riley was her biggest fan. As a reward for her excellent grades, Cooper had scored them tickets. The arena was packed, pulsing with the energy of over 20,000 fans. Riley was ecstatic, but Cooper felt something was off. He noticed an unusually heavy police and security presence throughout the building. It felt like they were preparing for a major incident. His unease grew when he saw officers leading a man away for questioning. This wasn't normal. Soon the concert started. Lady Raven took the stage and the crowd, including Riley, erupted, but Cooper couldn't relax. His instincts were screaming. He made an excuse to Riley about needing the restroom and slipped out of the hall. Inside a bathroom stall, he pulled out his phone and opened a private CCTV app. The feed showed a young boy tied up and terrified in a dark basement. Cooper was his captor. Meanwhile, outside the concert hall, more police units arrived, silently surrounding the entire venue. Cooper returned to his seat. Riley was lost in the music, but the sight of more officers made Cooper's heart race. He needed to move. He suggested they visit the merchandise shop, promising to buy Riley a Lady Raven t-shirt. At the counter, he asked for Riley's size. There was just one left. Another girl was desperate for the same shirt. Since Cooper asked first, it was technically theirs. But he told Riley to let it go. She agreed, a little disappointed but understanding. An employee named Jimmy witnessed this. He was impressed by Cooper's decency. Jimmy pulled Cooper aside. He said a new shipment was due in about 20 minutes, and he'd personally set aside a shirt in Riley's size. Cooper saw an opportunity. Jimmy trusted him. So he casually asked why security was so intense. Jimmy lowered his voice. It was a secret, he said. The entire concert was a trap. The police were here to catch a serial killer known as the Butcher. They had intel he was in the building. Every exit was covered. A cold sweat broke out on Cooper's forehead. He was the Butcher. He had walked right into their trap. Panic set in, but he fought it. He needed an escape. He noticed all doors required employee ID cards. He went to a back exit with Riley, only to find it heavily guarded. Desperate, he spotted a girl on a nearby staircase. With a subtle shove, he sent her tumbling down. As the guards rushed to help, the exit was left unguarded. His plan worked. But when he reached the door, he saw a wall of police outside. Every single man was being checked. It was a dead end. He had to turn back. Later, Lady Raven invited her friend Parker on stage. Parker emerged from a lift beneath the stage. Cooper saw his chance. He found Jimmy, asking about the t-shirt. Jimmy said he was just heading to the storeroom. Cooper asked to join him. Jimmy agreed. In the storeroom, Jimmy asked about Cooper's job. Cooper lied, saying he was a firefighter. Jimmy was even more impressed. As Jimmy lifted a box, Cooper quietly stole his employee ID card. He kept the conversation going, asking if Jimmy really thought the killer would be caught. Jimmy was confident. He revealed that every employee had been given a secret code word by the police. Cooper, playing it cool, joked, "So what's your code?" Naively, Jimmy told him, "Hamilton." With the ID card in hand, Cooper went down to the basement. He accessed a restricted room where a police strategy meeting was happening. He pretended to be an employee grabbing coffee, listening intently. He learned the operation was led by a woman named Dr. Grand. Most importantly, he heard they didn't know what the Butcher looked like, only that he was a man. Before leaving, he swiped a police radio. Listening in, he heard Dr. Grand warn her team. She said the killer might try to cause a panic, like pulling a fire alarm. If that happened, only women and children would be released. All men would be detained. Cooper abandoned that plan immediately. He thought about the roof, but it was covered. Then he saw the kitchen. He turned a stove to full blast and threw a glass bottle of oil onto the burner. It exploded, splashing boiling oil and causing a woman to scream. In the chaos, Cooper grabbed an apron and slipped toward the roof. Two officers stopped him. He claimed he needed air after the kitchen accident. They asked for his code. Hamilton, he said. Then they asked for ID. He found a wallet in the apron with another employee's card. It worked. They let him pass, but the roof was a dead end. Defeated, he returned to Riley. She had been looking for him. She told him that Lady Raven always picks one fan to dance with her on stage, and that fan gets to go backstage, the one area not swarming with police. This was their way out. But how to get Raven to pick Riley? Cooper went to Raven's manager. He spun a heartbreaking lie. He said his daughter Riley was battling cancer and this concert was her dream. Moved, the manager selected Riley as the dream girl. Riley was overjoyed. On stage, as Riley danced, another girl fainted from dehydration. Cooper quickly carried her to the medical room, playing the hero once more. He then convinced the manager to let them leave through the back, claiming Riley was feeling sick and couldn't handle the crowd. The manager agreed, but even backstage, police were waiting. Cooper's hope faded. Then Lady Raven came to say goodbye. The manager had told her about Riley's illness. Raven, full of compassion, felt for the girl. Cooper asked to speak with her privately. In her dressing room, he dropped the act. He showed her the live feed on his phone, the kidnapped boy begging for help. Cooper explained that one tap on his screen would release poisonous gas into the room. His demand was simple. Take me and my daughter out of here in your car, or he dies. Terrified, Raven agreed. They slipped into her limousine and drove right past the police checkpoints. Riley, sitting beside her idol, was blissfully unaware. To outsmart him, Raven told Riley she'd love to see her house. Thrilled, Riley called her mom, Rachel, to announce the news. Cooper was trapped by his own charade. At home, his wife Rachel and their young son were waiting. None of them knew his secret. Cooper threatened Raven silently. One word, and the boy dies. During dinner, Raven casually mentioned the concert. Was a police strap for the butcher, she said. The tipster described the killer's car as brown, just like Cooper's. She listed more clues, all pointing to him. Cooper cut her off, insisting she had to leave. Raven asked to play one song on their piano first. She invited Riley to sit with her. Cooper, pretending to be the proud father, recorded them. When the song ended, Raven realized her phone was in the car. She asked to use Cooper's phone for a selfie with Riley. Reluctantly, he handed it over. The moment she had it, Raven sprinted into the bathroom and locked the door. Cooper pounded on it, demanding his phone back. His family was confused and alarmed. Inside, Raven opened the CCTV app. She spoke to the trapped boy through the microphone, asking for his location. The boy said, "I saw a house with a blue gate and a broken lion statue." Immediately, Raven went live on Instagram, telling her millions of fans, "Find a house with a blue gate and a broken lion statue. A boy is trapped in the basement. Save him." Her fans located the house within minutes and rescued the boy. Raven then texted her driver to call the police. Cooper burst into the bathroom with a spare key. He saw the boy had been rescued on his phone screen. Enraged, he locked his family upstairs, dragged Raven to his car, and sped off. But then his family appeared in front of the car. They had climbed out a window and down a tree. The sight of them broke his resolve. He loved them too much. In that moment of hesitation, Raven escaped and ran to his family. Cooper locked himself in the garage as police swarmed the property. Raven got into her limo to leave. A police officer stopped the car, telling her driver to step out. He said he would drive her home himself. But that officer was Cooper, in a stolen uniform. He had escaped through a hidden tunnel from his kitchen. He handcuffed Raven in the back seat and told her he was taking her to a place no one would ever find. But suddenly, a crowd of young people surrounded the car Raven's fans. They recognized her limo. Raven rolled down the window, screamed for help, and broke free from the cuffs. She escaped into the crowd. When the real police opened the car door, Cooper was gone. He had vanished. The rescued boy was safe, and he hugged Raven, thanking her for his life. Back at the house, Rachel returned home. She had left the children with Dr. Grant. She walked into the kitchen, and there was Cooper. He had to know one thing. How did the police know he'd be at the concert? Rachel confessed. She told him she first thought he was having an affair because his clothes smelled like hospital disinfectant. But she realized it was the smell of cleaning up blood. She had followed him and saw him with people who later turned up dead. She knew then. She was the one who found the concert ticket receipt in his wallet and tipped off the police. Cooper was consumed by fury. He decided he would kill her and then himself. He grabbed a knife, but Rachel, calm, distracted him. She said she wanted him to have one last piece of the pie she'd made for him and Riley. Despite his rage, his love for his daughter was real. He agreed to eat. Rachel didn't touch her slice. As he ate, he told her how angry he was because of her. He would never see his children grow up. Mid-sentence, he faltered. The pie was drugged. Rachel had found his kidnapping kit. He grew dizzy, but still lunged at her. At that moment, police stormed in, tasers firing. They subdued him and finally placed him under arrest. As he was dragged away in handcuffs, his eyes locked on one last sight, Riley's bicycle, lying on its side in the driveway. And the story ended